Welcome to the NZ Travel Show, an interactive show where you can ask your NZ travel questions to the experts behind nzpocketguide.com, New Zealand's largest travel guide. The NZ Travel Show will start in exactly 2 minutes. Just the time for you to hit the like button, ring the notification bell, and subscribe if you have not done so yet. NZPocketGuide.com has over 3,000 articles covering all aspects of travelling in New Zealand, from a working holiday gap year to tips for a perfect family holiday. The site also features dozens of pre-made itineraries that you can use to plan your ideal trip in New Zealand. It's all available for free at nzpocketguide.com, so check it out. The NZ Travel Show is hosted by Robin, the Operations Manager of South Pacific Pocket Guide, the company behind nzpocketguide.com. The New Zealand Travel Show is also hosted by Laura, a journalist and editor-in-chief of South Pacific Pocket Guide and all its publications, including nzpocketguide.com. We're exactly 1 minute away from the NZ Travel Show. Get yourself comfortable and start asking your NZ travel questions in the chat. Robin and Laura will go over them when the show starts. In 30 seconds, our experts will be live from New Zealand to give you all the practical New Zealand travel tips you need, from the best transport options to the best accommodations and activities to choose for the perfect New Zealand holiday. Live from New Zealand, this is the NZ Travel Show with your travel experts, Robin and Laura.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the NZ Travel Show. It is Sunday, the 3rd of December. That's right, we are already in December. This year flew by. Wow. And it is 8 a.m. right here in New Zealand. For this NZ Travel Show, we will answer all your questions about traveling in New Zealand. That's kind of what we do here, as we kind of are the experts of traveling in New Zealand, aren't we?
Kinda. Yes. So, are you wanting me to introduce us?
Yeah.
The initial introduction to this show isn't quite enough, so let me further explain.
It's going to be a SAS-filled show today. Wow.
Yeah, so we're the team behind nzpocketguide.com, which is New Zealand's hugest, most humongous travel guide.
Humongous, the word has been said.
Yes, it literally has thousands and thousands of articles to help you plan the perfect trip to New Zealand, and it's all available for free, so why not go check it out at nzpocketguide.com. Otherwise, if you are more into watching videos on YouTube, this is what our YouTube video is all, our YouTube channel, is all about. So yeah, we do this live show every single Sunday at 8 a.m. New Zealand time, so you guys can come onto the live chat and ask your questions. Is that okay? Is that enough of an intro?
I think so. Are you okay? Was it a good intro?
I don't know. You tell me.
All right. So while you guys are coming up with your questions, if you ask us anything to do with traveling in New Zealand, we usually got a good answer for you. Sometimes we got a bad answer, but we like to make things up. Yeah. We also have our theme of the week. So how about we get started with the theme of the week right out of the gate?
Let's get started.
All right, so do you have a backpacker in your life and do you want to buy a present for them? Do you want to transform them into a tat packer by buying into this work, consume, die lifestyle, and you want to make a lifetime experience into consumerism and buying things? Well, we've got you covered. We have 30 plus gifts that you can buy for somebody about to go on a gap year or about to go backpacking in New Zealand specifically, but that can apply for kind of a lot of other places. There is a link to an article on the description of this video, which has also linked to plenty of places when you can buy TAT from, such as Amazon, and we may earn a bit of affiliate revenue from those links, so we can ourselves buy some more TAT as well. Wow, what a great world of consumerism we live in. Did I sell you on that? Okay. So
Maybe we'll just go traveling instead.
exactly. All right, let's get started with some presents you can get for backpackers and travelers. I hope you like this intro, Laura.
Yeah, it was colourful. I did actually like it.
All right.
And so sarcastic.
No, I definitely meant everything. All right. Okay, so let's begin with the first item on our list. And it's a quality backpack.
Yeah, so obviously if you do have somebody who in your life who is about to go on some world travels, anyone knows that a backpack...
Anyone who's anyone.
Yeah, knows that a good quality backpack is essential for serious traveling. While suitcases are great for, going on your holidays and stuff, if you want something that that's more versatile, that's usually why backpacks are sort of preferred. But you don't want to just get any old backpack. You do want to get a high quality backpack, one that can fit a substantial amount of stuff in, something between. The smallest would be 40 litres, the biggest would be maybe 60, 70 litres, so something between that, depending on the size of the person you're buying for. You don't want to, if you're buying for maybe a small, feeble person like me, then you probably want to go like a tad bit smaller than, I don't know, a big boot.
Or you can pair up this really large backpack with a gym membership, and therefore they're able to...
Wow, that is a thoughtful gift. Yeah, so we do have buying guides on how to pick quality backpacks on nzpocketguide.com, so feel free to check out those links, which are all in the article that is linked up in the description below.
Okay, next up, give me money.
Yeah, so, backpackers are also...
Oh, wait. Oh? We have transitioned from one thing to the other.
Transitioned onto our faces.
Next up, give me money.
Yeah, so giving the local currency of the destination that your backpacker or traveler in your life is going to, then getting, local currency is sort of like a taste, a flavour, something to get them excited about where they're going. But also, cash is quite handy, especially when you are a budgeting backpacker, and every little bit of money can help them get, a little bit further in their travels, perhaps give them more of an experience somewhere, get on an extra tour here or there. So yeah, cash is always very much well appreciated, and giving it to them in the currency of the destination that they're going to just adds a bit more flavour and thought to the gift.
Indeed. All right, so next up on our list we have some sort of tat that you used to own, isn't it?
Yes, a scratch-off map. So yeah, if somebody's planning on, trying to hit several countries, usually they like to sort of make a record of where they've been, and a scratch-off world map is a cool way of doing that. So there's plenty of these in many different stores, gift shops, or on Amazon, that sort of thing. So yeah, they're widely available, and the concept is obviously to just scratch off the countries that they've visited. Some of them will come with even flags at the bottom of the scratch map, so you can be even more specific on your scratching and where you've been, and it just makes a nice visual to hang on your wall when you...
Yeah, you can even get like specific countries map and then try to do regions and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you're one of those people that want to go around all the states of the US, there's ones for those as well. So yeah, that's definitely an easy go-to for buying for a traveler or a backpacker.
All right. Next up, we have a photo of me and my tat.
Yeah, so here's Robin with his GoPro. So GoPros are particularly, or any action camera, particularly popular with travelers. First of all, they're very small, and second of all,
versatile.
They're very versatile, they're very durable, they can go in the water, they can get bashed around a little bit and still survive. They also have this wide angle lens, which makes for some really good shots for traveling, getting in all the landscapes behind or any sights when you go sightseeing. So it's just sort of really well set up for traveling. And they also often you can buy extra accessories if you want to clip them onto helmets. If you're doing adventure tours in New Zealand, you'll find that a lot of helmets in New Zealand have already got the little clip sliders attached to them, because a lot of travelers do travel with their GoPro. So New Zealand is set up for that, and so getting them a few extra clips to go with their GoPro will be quite handy. And yeah, they'll be able to use them in many different situations, especially when doing adventure activities in New Zealand.
All right, and last of our first 5 is your air miles.
Yeah, so if you are one of those people, one of those rare few, because air miles don't really rack up too well in our experience, but if you are one of those people that have all these air miles and...
Yeah, that turn your life into a real life fair where you grab tickets out of things to get some random stuff out of it, and you have a lot of air miles, you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, you can gift them to that traveler in your life, and maybe that will help them save a few bucks on a plane ticket. If you have an obscene amount of air miles, you might even get them a free plane ticket.
Yes.
So yeah, usually
that's increasingly harder to do nowadays.
It is very hard to do, but yeah, you may be one of those rare people that has a whole bunch of them, that knows
Someone
not what to do with them. Yeah. So yeah, so that you can always add that sort of in with your gift giving to a backpacker.
Here you go. So that was the first 5. We got 5 more coming right up after this. Hi, Adil. How are you doing?
Hey, welcome to the live chat. We also we need to acknowledge Love Kiwi Rail NZ, who is also here.
So Love Kiwi Rail says, can you do the cable car in Wellington? We've done it. I don't think we filmed it.
We did film it, yes.
Did film it? No, we did a museum, but we didn't ride the cable car.
We did ride it.
And we filmed it.
Yes.
I really can't remember.
I thought we did. So, yeah, search on YouTube, Cable Car, NZPocketGuide.com. No, not .com, just NZ Pocket Guide. And you should find our video on YouTube.
If Laura says that, she's probably right.
Yeah, I do remember us. We only rode it one way. We rode up to the Botanic Gardens. We did. I'm pretty sure we did filming.
Okay.
It's a very short ride. It only lasts about 5 minutes or so, or 10 minutes at the most, between 5 and 10 minutes. So if we remembered to get out our camera and film, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we have it somewhere.
You seem so sure of that. And we also have Adil, that's his Cara, Robin, Laura, and all the viewer. How are you doing, Adil? Are you having a great day in South Africa? So the concept of this show is that you can ask us all your questions about traveling in New Zealand. So feel free to ask it. As you can see next to Laura, the show has been very, very quiet in the last few weeks. So yeah, do participate, do ask your questions. Otherwise, we'll do those shows maybe not live next time and just record them and not do them live. I don't know. It's just
we may mix it up a bit.
Yeah, we may end up mixing it up because it just does look like there is a bit of a drop off at the moment. Anyway. In the meantime, we will get back to the great gift, the great amount of tats that we have ready for you with number 6. All right. Okay, so continuing with more tat for your traveler. How about the travel journal?
Yeah, so although we are, in an age where most people like to document their travels on social media and the likes, it is interesting how many people are actually writing travel journals when they go traveling.
I meet a lot of people actually doing that.
Yes.
And it has a bit of a therapeutic kind of thing to it, right?
Yeah.
Where you kind of like physically write a few things and then you can kind of actually read that book because nobody really scroll their own feed again.
Yeah, like once you post something on social media, it's often forgotten.
So fleeting, yeah.
Really quickly, but yeah, to help the traveler in your life to sort of soak in the experiences they've had and really like reflect on what they've done and while doing something really different in their lives, then a travel journal is really excellent for that. And to add to that, you can get them quite a nice looking travel journal. There's some really beautiful leather-bound ones.
Tad part.
Yeah, some really beautiful leather-bound ones. There's various different styles that you can get. Again, on Amazon, we talk about Amazon. It's sort of the one that most people can have access to, and it has the most range of stuff. But of course, you can get these in lots of different gift stores around the world. So yeah, just look out for a really nice-looking travel journal. And even if the person that you're giving it to hasn't really sort of thought about using a travel journal, you can sort of, you can explain that it is really a really nice way to document your travels and really therapeutic. And a lot of people are doing it. So yeah, how about that? That's a nice gift.
Okay, how about a gift which is not nice? A pair of socks. That's the classic gift when you don't know what to give.
Yeah, so this is the classic Christmas gift that has become a stereotype over the years. But for travellers, it can actually be really handy. So on the first...
Oh, do tell me more about socks for Christmas, Laura.
Yeah, so first of all, doing laundry on the go can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge. So any extra pair of socks is going to be useful to the traveller. But second of all, people that are traveling are on their feet a lot, especially if they're going to destinations like New Zealand, where most of the attractions are on hiking trails. A good pair of hiking socks is actually a really good present for someone traveling in New Zealand.
Can't believe you're trying to sell people on socks for Christmas
I'm
right
selling
now.
it to myself, and I'm convinced. And you can get some really nice looking hiking socks as well. But otherwise, just like, various different colours, or even just like plain sort of wool socks. Anything is going to be really handy and really nice, cushiony for the feet when they're on their feet all day. Oh yeah, get a pair of hiking socks. Oh, great present.
Wow. Moving on. How about a soft water bottle so it's easy to carry?
Yeah, so reusable items are great for travellers, but the thing you need to sort of remember is something that's going to be easy for them to pack and to, so that could be small and concise, and that's why soft water bottles are really handy. So in destinations like New Zealand, the tap water is completely safe to drink pretty much everywhere unless stated otherwise, which is usually just in like multi-day hiking in the middle of nowhere and they're catching water. They'll have signs saying don't drink this water, but everywhere else in your normal everyday life, the tap water is completely safe to have and delicious in New Zealand. So yeah, refilling your water bottle instead of buying new water bottles everywhere you're going to is much more sustainable, much
easier on the planet.
Easier on the planet, easier on your wallet, and just better all round. So yeah, soft scrunch up water bottles are really handy for that. You don't want to go too cheap. You want to get a good quality one because the really cheap ones can burst and then they can get holes in, that sort of thing. So get a high quality one that's that's reliable and sturdy, has good reviews and stuff, and yeah, you should be good to go.
All right, speaking of hydration, another hydration tat is a Camel Bag.
Yeah, so if you have a backpacker in your life that is particularly going to be doing a lot of hiking on their travels, then a Camel Bag, or otherwise known as like a hydration bladder or a water bladder,
I think,
these are really handy. So they just slide into the back of your backpack. A lot of backpacks now have sort of like fittings for tubes to come over their shoulder so they can hold them in really well, and this allows for easy hydration when you're on the move, so you're not rummaging.
Ooh, on the move. I like the movement.
So yeah, you're not rummaging for your water bottle every 2 seconds. They do you can get ones that hold quite a lot of water, so you can get them up to about 3 liters, and yeah, there's something that we have used extensively in our travels, even if we're not hiking.
You're a really big fan of those, aren't you?
I am a very big fan of those, and the only downside to them is that they're quite difficult to clean, especially when you're traveling a lot. So maybe any cleaning kits that you can get with them, or any tips that you can provide for cleaning them. You can find lots of information on that on the internet. We have our cleaning methods for them, but for new users, they're usually a bit stumped by like, how do I clean this?
Yeah.
So maybe help your gift receiver with some tips on how to clean it as well.
All right, next up we have the perfect gift to be given by the boring family member. Here's your travel insurance.
Yeah, so while a useful gift, obviously it's not like the most woohoo.
Woohoo. Unless you're really into travel insurances, unless you're really into, excess reductions and all these kind of things, then that's a wahoo gift.
Yeah, so, if you are that boring member of the family that is more practically minded than fun minded, then make sure you stick to your caricature and get them some travel insurance. So especially for long-term traveling, if your gift receiver is going to New Zealand perhaps on a working holiday or going to any other country that does like working holiday schemes, typically a condition of these sorts of visas is that the person needs to have travel insurance. So it's usually mandatory for these like longer stay visas and can be very useful. Obviously, do a bit of research into where your gift receiver is going and whether that is required. Either way, it will probably provide them some peace of mind that they do have travel insurance available. And yeah, we have some links on the website of our recommended insurance if you want to check it out.
Here you go. All right, there's 5 more to come really soon. Wow, everybody's being so quiet. So far out of all those presents, I think my favorite out of all of them is literally just cash, so I can actually buy a good experience. When I come to New Zealand, right?
I feel
what's your favorite so far?
Well, I do want to say that as well. Like, I feel like getting the cash also in the currency.
But wait, the socks was the best present ever. You were saying.
I just got wrapped up in the sales mentality, I think.
Yeah, I think you're doing Christmas presents wrong, by the way. You're not supposed to wrap yourself up. You're supposed to wrap the presents up, right?
But yeah, no, I mean, hiking socks, I feel like that's a good practical item I would actually be genuinely happy with.
But to be fair, out of all those, the presents you probably use the most is the Camel Bag.
The Camel Bag,
use it,
yes.
Like, all the time.
Yeah, and it's not just, especially for people traveling New Zealand, like so many people that I have traveled with and they've had them, they're like, oh my God, this is the best thing that I've had for traveling New Zealand. Yeah. Like, so it's not just me, guys.
It's not just her, guys.
I'm not just a crazy person like trying to sell you water bladders on the internet.
Interesting. All right, should we do some more?
Let's do it.
All right, continuing with the great tradition of getting tats for Christmas, what about reusable earbuds?
Okay, so if you have, if the backpacker that you are buying a gift for is planning on staying in hostels a lot, which involves sleeping in a dorm with other people, one of the most annoying things is snorers. Some people will usually just like throw in their, their AirPods or whatever for like listening to music, but that's not always comfortable. That's not always great. Some hostels will even provide like one-use earplugs on occasion. But again, that's, a bit wasteful. So the sort of resolution to this problem is reusable earplugs. Ta-da! So yeah, they're kind of self-explanatory, aren't they? Stick them in your ears.
Why do they look like loops?
Well, these ones are from a company called Loop
that's
Earplugs. But it's also, I think, to stop them from, getting stuck in your ear to make it more comfortable. And they come in a range of colours. So, yeah, if you want colourful ears, I assume you just wash them. I'll be honest, I don't own a pair of these, but they're...
buds. Of these buds. She doesn't own a pair of these buds. Yeah. I am full of puns today.
But yeah, they seem like a good idea if you are a light sleeper and you don't want to be woken up. And they were also, I think they would be even better actually. The worst snoring I've heard is in dock huts.
Yes.
So this is like backcountry huts when you're multi-day hiking in New Zealand. The worst snorers are always those people after they've had a long day of hiking.
Laura's after you, hut people.
They have a straight, they've been huffing and puffing all day, and that just makes them like loud snorers by the time that they're sleeping. They are the noisiest, and often these huts have like about 20. They can sleep sometimes up to 20 people in one room, so that's when it gets like a chorus of snoring. There's many different uses and very useful uses for earplugs when you're traveling.
All right, next up is a great item if you are planning to lose all your important documents all in one go.
What an intro. How am I meant to come back from this, Robin?
Passport covers.
Yeah.
That includes all your important documents, credit cards, and IDs. Very easy to lose. Also, it looks really flashy and fancy, so it looks something extremely stealable. It just looks like It is from a person that has wealth and means, therefore a person which is a prime target. Prime target for losing all the important documents. Even if you're not making a lot of money out of all the cash in there, you could be able to make some money out of a reward for somebody desperate to get it back because they have the means to give you a reward. If you want to be that person and brand yourself in such a way, get yourself a flashy passport cover.
So,
did you add?
Yeah, this listing actually started out because we've had this article up on nzpocketguide.com for a few years, and we just sort of updated it recently with the new items that are available nowadays. And this used to be just a plain cover, a plain simple cover just to make your passport look flashy. But when I was I was browsing Amazon a couple of days ago, and all of them were like this. They were every single one was
full wallets.
Full wallets. I was like, okay, plain passport covers don't seem to exist anymore. So yeah, nowadays, they've all been upgraded to these flashy passport covers, which, I mean, a thing I like about these is that there's a page there's a part of it where you can open it up to the right page every time, because it is annoying when you're going through airports and you have to show the page with your face on 5 times. Open, close, open,
it's
close.
Like the second page.
Where is it? Where is it?
Do you realize how amazing your life is that's one of your problem? Oh, that's slay. Spend that money on the passport cover into a donation to help grow coral or, keep our planet alive.
Or help grow brain cells for people that need to think they need this item.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's just move on. I'm sorry, I thought it was... Not all ideas are great ideas.
No, how about that? Which one is my suitcase?
Now, this one is actually quite delightful.
Oh, delightful. Go for it. Tell us about it.
So, this is just to depict one of many items you can get. So, personalized luggage tags. Again, passport holders, but just the plain ones with your initials on. Toiletry bags, phone cases, etc. There are companies that sort of can do leather with branding your initials in there.
So who's NJC? Okay.
I can't think of anything that's not ridiculous, so
okay.
I will not. But yeah, I think this is quite a nice, if you want to go class A in your gift giving, then yeah, some personalized luggage tags, leather-bound luggage tags is where you could go. Speaking of class A.
Speaking of class A, Laura, how about a 6-pack? So this one is more if you actually do meet some backpackers, on the go, right? And you just kind of want to have a good time with everybody. Just get a 6-pack or a box of boxed wine or something and go to a nice location, have a nice drink and just share a good moment. I think it's really the essence of backpacking, right? Is sharing good moments, meeting new people and all that. And usually, just a drink or two is very often a social catalyst. And so I think it's a good thing to present as a gift. All right, let's go for number 15, Laura. Number 15 is a good Wi-Fi connection for once.
Yeah, so if this is especially for the control freak mother that wants to stay in contact with the traveler constantly, then
this is getting derailed big time, guys. I love it.
Then helping that traveler with their Wi-Fi connection while traveling could be a good gift idea. So ways you could do that. Perhaps buy them a local SIM card for the destination that they're going to.
Wi-Fi extenders, something that you can just plug into your laptop and actually gives you better Wi-Fi.
Or if you're really cheap, you could just give them a link to our website, which is where we have 10 free Wi-Fi spots in New Zealand.
Oh, wow. Can't wait to unwrap that under the Christmas tree.
So, yeah. Any help with some Wi-Fi connection will be helpful.
Also, I need help with our sanity right here because this is going nuts. All right, we've got 5 more coming to you guys real soon. How's Christina doing?
So Christina says, Kia ora, 16 days and counting tool. We are on our way. Oh my God.
She's came back so fast. That's crazy. I feel like you were just here not so long ago.
Yeah.
Wow,
my gosh.
that just feels insane. So yeah, I will have to have a look at a little bit at your itinerary during the call. So Christina is one of our Patreon member. So we actually do a Google Meet call every Sunday after this live show, which is quite fun. So around like 9:15 every Sunday New Zealand time, we have a bit of a phone call, which is quite fun.
And Christina, are you going to be in New Zealand over the whole Christmas period as well? Because that would be quite fun, like to see how different it is over in like to have a summer Christmas and stuff. Like
she'll have the Christmas with the family in here.
That would be
with the
so
kids and everything.
fun.
Yeah. All right, so again, you guys can ask us all your questions about traveling in New Zealand. We don't have to just talk about gifts, but let's take the piss of a few more gifts. Let's mock a few more gifts together, and let's continue with 5 more. All right, so next up we have a travel adapter.
Yeah, so
that's actually useful. You need one.
It is a useful thing to have. So yeah, obviously, as you're traveling around different countries, there are different types of plugs and outlets. So yeah, travel adapter is essential. A universal one is really useful. I think that would be the one you'd have to go for, so that the person can actually use it in various different countries that they travel to. And, one with surge protection is probably a good idea as well. If you are from a country like the US and you're coming to, New Zealand, or even like some European countries as well, South Pacific countries, they have different voltage to the US, so having something that changes that's a voltage converter as well will be especially useful. However, the item that we have depicted here is actually the world's smallest universal travel adapter, which I found was quite fun and I just wanted to share with you guys. Believe it or not.
Did you find that inside a Kinder egg?
It looks very like, I don't know, small and cheap and tacky, but it's cute and it's really small, and that sort of goes for the, it goes with the travel sized theme of things. So yeah, that's great. All right.
So for the next one, Laura has even written for you the gift notes with it.
Yeah. So, next up is a plane ticket anywhere. Pretty handy. The plane ticket is usually a huge expense of getting anywhere in the world nowadays.
That's a damn good present. If it's like, here's a plane ticket to anywhere, that's a damn good present.
So if you want a note suggestion to put with your present, because obviously, you don't know perhaps where they want to go, you can say, Dear
Robin.
Insert name here.
Dear Robin.
Dear Robin. Just let me know where you'd like to go, and I'll take care of your flight. Love, your favourite person as of now.
All right. Next present, and we're sticking with TAT, because you definitely could use an app for that, is a Sudoku book.
Yeah, so for the granny backpacker in your life.
The granny packer.
The grandpacker, you're never too old to go backpacking, and that is what this Sudoku book, sort of encapsulates. So you can get little travel-sized Sudoku books that are like little pocket-sized ones that's just great for traveling, and they hold about 200 puzzles in there.
That will make you feel like it's the early 2000s all over again, and everybody's into Sudokus. Because you travel to your destination and back in time. Exactly.
I feel like Sudoku puzzles, they're timeless. They never go out of fashion. No, they definitely do. I saw this listing was put up like literally ages ago, and I didn't want to change it because that is so fun.
All right, next up, if you love wires but don't love to organize wires, because we all have a little bit of a love of wires in there, here's an earphone plug organizer.
Yeah, so this one's quite cute and handy, although I know that a lot of people don't necessarily have wires on their headphones anymore.
To be fair, headphones with wire are much more sustainable, because all those AirPods and anything like that are just terrible for the planet.
Yeah, so we advocate for bring back the wire headphones earphones. Yo. So
Yo, hey, we're back to the 80s. Whoa, this traveling back in time is going big right here.
yeah, so if you, another way to help with the wire situation is to wrap them around this little cute wire organizer, earphone organizer, and this also works for, say you've got like chargers with lots of wires attached and all this sort of thing. You're always traveling with wires in some aspect of your travel, so this works for pretty much anything, and it looks darn stylish.
All right, for the next one, the title is A Good Book, but I'm not sure why that's a photo of the Lord of the Rings.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, so travelers have a lot of sort of free time on their hands when they're in transit or when they're traveling, I don't know, here, there and everywhere while they're sort of wrapping up the day in their hostel and just want to wind down before
With a light read.
So yeah, a good book is a great idea. There'll be various books for the various destinations they may be going to. Of course, for New Zealand, to get them into the spirit of all those amazing locations that they may have seen on TV. Get them the book version instead, not the movie. The Lord of the Rings books.
Indeed. All right, so we'll have 5 more coming right up. But first, let's check up with Christina. She says she's coming over Christmas to celebrate her 40th birthday there.
50th?
No, I can't believe she's 50.
Oh, yeah,
I think she
okay,
made a
sorry.
typo. So
I think
that's
she
why
said meant 20th.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then she said word search is what we're bringing because my daughter loves those.
Oh, see, puzzles are relevant. Thank you.
There's a lot of Christina, I know you do play some board games sometimes. So I actually have some videos of like great travel board games which we play often in planes and everything. There's some really cool ones that you can carry with you, and they're really fun on planes. We've played actually quite a fair amount of board games in planes, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah. See, board and card games, of course. All right, so Mark says, have you used device like AirPods to keep track of luggage or other items? Yes, it's actually on the list. We haven't used them ourselves just because, honestly, I don't really see the need for that, right? It's extremely rare to lose your suitcases, and if they're not in this flight, like the airlines are really good at keeping track of all those kind of things. Like, the stories of people losing their luggage and everything are very much blown out of proportion, and genuinely, you do not need to GPS track, your bag, or at least it's my personal opinion. There's really no need for that. That
well,
thing.
You're not going to like what's at number 27 on
No,
the list.
I say it's on the list. I know,
Okay.
I know it's on the list. I'm aware it's on the list.
Yeah.
But some people do enjoy that, but we have not used it ourselves just because I don't really think that because I think the AirPod is a thing in your ears. I think what you meant is AirTag. So there was that, and beforehand there was things called Tile. And in all honesty, right? It is something that we've considered. It is something that we've been contacted about. So like, oh yeah, try do this, that. So like, if we don't really believe too much in the product, we don't really kind of like, we take the piece out of it as we're doing right here.
Yeah, there's also, I think maybe it might be more useful for families with small children if they feel like they're maybe
keep track of the children.
If they want to keep track of the children. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but if you're like, again, the overbearing mother comes out. But yeah, I mean, they're sort of sold as like attach this to your child or your child's small bag that they keep dropping everywhere, or that sort of thing. Then maybe there's a use for it there.
But then do you really need a $300 item to attach to like a $20 kid's bag? $20 person. You know how cheap kids are nowadays?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's just, obviously everybody's different, right? Everybody travels differently, right? It's just not something that we've ever kind of considered.
Haven't used
because
them, no.
we don't really see the need. We travel extensively. We take a lot of planes. And in my entire history, my bag was lost once. And that's just that, right? That's the true end of that. And I took hundreds of flights, right? So I don't think that's really worth it. It's okay.
It's worth the risk. You'd rather lose your bag than buy.
You don't really lose your bag. They find it
tags.
later. It's fine. I mean, you don't really, you don't.
Okay,
really
when you say you've lost your bag once, you got it back though, didn't you?
Yeah, got it back. So yeah.
Yeah.
Christina says we're playing New Frontier right now. Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Do you know that game?
We are at the moment. Yes, we are. We're not interested in it, you and I.
Okay.
It's not a type of our game, but we are currently playing Pandemic Star Wars at the moment, which is kind of fun. So yeah, we wrapped up a full campaign of Frost Heaven, so we need some lighter games to cool down a little bit, as those games tend to be very long.
We've had a very huge sort of board game last couple of weeks. Actually, we've played heaps. We've played heaps of different games.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Good question, though, Mark. We'll talk about the AirTag or Tile or whatever very shortly. It's coming more to the bottom of the list. All right. Continue with the questions, guys. That's absolutely awesome. We will continue to do 5 more, and then we'll get back to the question.
Yeah.
And we will continue with... And what is doesn't want to try? And next up on the list we have a very, very new looking Kindle right here. Very brand new Kindle. That's the latest model, isn't it?
You know what? I saw this photo and then I saw what the Kindles look like now, and they pretty much look the same. I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave that photo.
I think the frame is smaller.
Smaller, just a tiny bit smaller.
Anyway, are you not satisfied with one book, and do you want 1,000 books in your fingertips and a tether to Jeff Bezos' bank account straight away in order to be able to continuously buy books and give him money? Well, that's a great present for you.
Oh wow, God, he's so cynical. So yeah, I actually think that this gift would be much better than just getting like one book for somebody, like basically just scratch the previous.
No, the downside to that is that you can't use the book exchange in all the hostels and everything, which is really fun.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, yeah, I should have added that to the thing, because I did actually bring a book from, like, when I was traveling the first time coming to New Zealand, I did bring a book from the UK, and I read it while I was traveling, and then I put it on a book exchange, and I did start something new. It's fun. Anyway, removing all that, get an e-reader.
Remove all that fun stuff. Let's talk back about the tether to Bezos.
But yeah, if you do have if the person that you're buying a gift for does a lot of reading, then a Kindle is really, really handy. On the other side, you can read books on your phone, but not everybody really enjoys that. So it's kind of like
the screen is really small. And
I find it totally fine, but yeah, a lot of people that are really into reading are actually really against e-reader apps. So yeah, getting a proper e-reader, and what's good about the Kindles, like the Paperwhite ones, is that you can read them in the sun. They don't suffer from the glare from the sun, so you can read outside. And yeah, this is basically for the person in your life that reads a lot of books. You can you can fit a lot of books on there. You can even, get them a subscription to like Kindle Unlimited, that sort of thing, if you want to take it a step further, or if they already have a Kindle and you want to get them the subscription so that they can just get as many books and magazines or whatever as they want, then you can do all that.
And we have a pro tip from Christina saying, as long as you don't leave it on the plane, don't ask.
Oh, yeah. No, try to not do that. Maybe she should have put an AirTag on it.
All right, next up, for that self-centered person in your life, what about a selfie stick?
You know what? With travelers, people either love or hate selfie sticks. It's kind of become like the sort of stereotype of traveling. But even still, there's tons of people that love taking photos with selfie sticks. So if you have that person in your life that, likes documenting things on social media, that they take a lot of photos, then actually they may really love a selfie stick. There's different ones that you can get now where they can have the tripod on the bottom.
Which, to be fair, is the one we use. Because you always need to take some photos as we take photos for the travel guides.
Yeah, so one with the tripod on, one that obviously you can take the photo from the handle rather than using a timer, that sort of thing. You want to have one with a good amount of features rather than just literally a stick. So
he's not a dog, is he?
Yes.
He's a person. So give him a selfie stick.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, get a good quality selfie stick if you're going to go down that route. And yeah, then that may be the perfect present for certain travelers.
Okay. This does look like a really good snuggle. How about that travel pillow?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to. I would just use this at any time of the day. Maybe even when I'm working. You know, if you're in the office and you just want to relax your head a bit. But yeah, travel pillows. They're nothing new. Everybody knows about travel pillows. They've been around for a while. But so yeah, we were kind of like scouring around, like, what's the best travel pillow out there? And here it is, the ostrich pillow.
Because I have to be honest, like, Laura used to have travel pillows. In fact, you used to have two for some reason. But Laura used to have travel pillows, right? And so I never find them comfortable. I'd never really bought into that. So that's maybe one of the things I'd try. But, you know, we travel a lot, and I genuinely tried to use a travel pillow once, and I was like, it's not working for me. So we never took a travel pillow again since then. But this one does look comfy.
So this one's good because, like, it is memory foam. It scrunches up to half the size and goes...
Who remembers your name?
Memory foam. And it scrunches up to about half the size. It fits in a little bag. So it is actually really easy to travel. It's not like one of those annoying travel pillows that you have to clip to the outside of your bag.
Oh, so that's what I thought that one would be.
No. It goes into a nice little bag, and it's also machine washable. So, you know, if you have a bit of a drool, it's
me
fine.
On this one. No, I don't want to buy hats. No, don't sell me.
Yeah, so this one's one of the better ones out there. So travel pillow, if you know somebody that's going, especially on a long haul flight, if they're doing the classic, you know, Europe to New Zealand, 2 flights of hell of like 13 hours, then a travel pillow will make that so much better.
All right, next up we have the basically essential New Zealand item.
Yes, and not just for New Zealand, guys. So yeah, hiking boots or hiking shoes, whichever, are really a really decent present for traveling. You'll find that people with like hiking shoes, they'll often just wear them for their entire trip because they are a comfortable shoe to be on your feet all day on them.
I wear hiking shoes all the time, even nowadays.
Yeah, so that's kind of like how we've been traveling around New Zealand. We don't just wear them for hiking. We just wear them for any time we're outside. Getting some shoes that are waterproof, that they have this sort of like, there's different brands of the technology, but Gore-Tex technology, for instance, where it is like fully waterproof on the outside, but breathable. Just a comfortable pair of hiking shoes is really, really good, essential thing to travel with. So and they can be quite expensive. So gifting that to somebody that may not have the funds for that would be a great way to improve their lives for traveling.
Hey, I have one of these.
Yeah, a MultiTool. So, first of all, tell them to not pack this in their carry-on because it will get confiscated.
Yep.
But yeah, a MultiTool can have many decent uses. If you're buying for the backpacker in the sense of the word that they're doing, in the sense of the word for backpacker, where they are doing hiking, multi-day hiking or camping, this is really good for, you know, opening bean cans or, you know...
Interesting take on the bean cans.
Bean cans. For doing like any like nitty gritty sort of you know, things that they need to do. MultiTools can come in handy for a million different ways. So the one that we have on screen is like a really big multi-tool brand called Leatherman. So that's like, if you want to go like, for a well-known brand, go for that one. But of course, there's many different ones that you can find in hardware stores around the world.
All right. We've got 5 more coming right up. Christina is asking, where is Fabio? Yeah, we talked about hiking shoes without Fabio right here. I think he heard us. He's probably running toward the screen right now, ready to participate, that's for sure. Yeah. All right. Cool. Nora, should we do a few more?
We can do a few more, indeed.
All right. How about some lenses for your phone camera?
Yeah, so
you don't have to carry a big, bulky DSLR.
No, yeah. So if you don't want to carry an additional camera, like a lot of phones do pretty decent photos nowadays, but you can sort of, you know, amp up your photos even with lenses for your phone camera. So yeah, there's handy clip-on ones which fit onto most phone models. So yeah, it's a gift.
All right, so Mark was asking about those before, and this is the AirTag or Tile or whatever other brand exists for those.
Yeah, so this is basically a sort of, is it Bluetooth locator? Yeah, Bluetooth locator item. So you sort of, you can have a locator app on your phone, and then you attach the tile to an item that you're scared about losing, and then you can locate where it is on your phone.
Crazy.
Pretty simple concept, but yeah, they are used, they are sort of advertised a lot in the travel realm. Because people, you know, may be scared about losing their luggage, losing their child. It's something that we personally have not used, but could be a good idea for that sort of neurotic traveler in your life.
All right, what about a GPS watch?
Yeah, this could be quite a cool gift. If you have a traveler that is, maybe they're doing traveling because they want to change their lifestyle, maybe be more fit, want to, gather some cool data about the maybe amount of steps or how far they've traveled, even have like GPS location and mapping, that sort of thing. There's lots of really cool adventure watches out there. A big popular brand that we have on screen right now is Garmin, and they could always come out with new different watches. There can be some nice sleek designs. Obviously, they're always a bit bulky. They can check your heart rate, that sort of thing as well. They're basically a suited up version of like a Fitbit. So they do a lot more than what Fitbits are known for doing. So yeah, that could be a cool way of like sort of another way to sort of document travels with data. And yeah, if you've got that sort of nerdy backpacker in your life, then maybe this would be the good one to go for that.
And if you have the experiential backpacker in your life, how about some tools? How about some expenses? How about you buy them some adventures?
Yeah, so this would be one of my favorite actual...
That's the best one in your whole list.
Yeah, this is the actual favorite gift that I would say to give to a traveler, in my personal opinion, is to gift tours or experiences. So if you know that there's a tour or an experience that the traveler that you're buying a gift for really wants to do, as an example, maybe skydiving or going to Hobbiton or something, you can get, a lot of companies will do sort of gift vouchers for that experience, so that they can redeem the voucher when it's a good date for them. Some destinations around the world perhaps don't do like gift vouchers and that sort of thing. I'm thinking more about some of the South Pacific islands that we go to, but you can maybe book the tour on their behalf, or
you can just we're talking mostly about New Zealand, so you can book some tours in New Zealand.
Yeah, so yeah, gift voucher for tours would probably be the best gift to gift a backpacker, because traveling is all about experiences. That's what they're going there for. They probably don't want to take too much extra stuff with them that they don't need to carry to when they're going traveling. So yeah, if there's one thing to take away from this list, I would say that would be the thing to gift somebody for traveling and backpacking. So there you go, guys. That is your reward for watching all the way through this video.
Well, we're still in item number 30, and so for item number 30, I've cheated a little bit, and I have a bit of a list of almost 20 gifts, but I'm just going to go really fast, with some themes. So if your backpacker of choice is into photography, maybe consider getting them a compact camera, some like high quality, like they're usually pretty expensive. Cameras like the Sony RX100 series will significantly improve their photo over their cell phone. Travel tripod, a solar-powered charger, a camera backpack, which is one of those kind of bags where you can carry your expensive camera in, or a lens cleaning kit. If your backpacker is very much into multi-day hiking, you may want to consider an ultralight backpack, something even smaller that they can take for their multi-day hiking, a quality sleeping bag, an ultralight tent, a portable water filtration system such as a live straw bottle, which is fantastic, or an ultralight stove or cook set. If your backpacker is coming to New Zealand on a gap year, you may want to give them a travel guidebook because they're going to have plenty of time to explore all of New Zealand. You can also give them a multifunctional travel adapter because they may want to go explore other countries, a local SIM card or a portable Wi-Fi device, merino wool clothing because New Zealand gets cold in winter, and some reusable shopping bag. And finally, if your backpacker of choice is traveling with their significant other, i.e. they're traveling as a couple, matching travel gears, couples travel journal, portable hammock, which is great, dual person sleeping bag, because like that you get warm and cozy at night, and some compact travel games. Here you go. This is basically almost 50 travel gifts that we came up with for you. So if you have a traveler or backpacker of choice, go buy them some tat now. There is a link in the description of this video, so go for it. Also, if you found this video useful or entertaining, or if you think that clicking on buttons is fun, click on the like, click on subscribe, do something like that, and check out NZ Pocket Guide to plan your trip to New Zealand. Here you go.
What a list.
What a list.
What a journey.
Emotional journey. All right, everybody. Well, since there is no question in the chat, we're gonna wrap up this live show. Thank you so much for spending almost an hour with us talking about traveling in New Zealand. Remember, this live show is yours. You come in, you ask your question about traveling in New Zealand, and we are helping. That is the concept of this show. We'll be back next week with more NZ Travel Show, and we have in the next 15 minutes phone call, not a phone call, meet a video call with our Patreon. So if you feel like being one of them, well, join us on Patreon. It's fun. Bye bye.
See you next week, guys. Thanks for joining.